might fuck his bitch, no Bobby bitch. Bitch, I'm gnarly, bitch. I watch that tummy rip. Tummy.
What is up, you guys? It is Jay that great back with another video, man. And of course, I gotta come back with another sports-related video today because none other than Conor McGregor himself went on ESPN. I believe it was last night around 8 p.m. Pacific, if I'm not mistaken, with Ariel Helwani, the great Ariel Helwani, who was a reporter for ESPN, MMA reporter primarily, and he spoke his piece. So today we're gonna break that down. We're gonna basically talk about. Well, I'm gonna talk to you guys about what's next, what I think will be next for this man. Before I go any further, yes, I am biased towards the man, because what do I think about Conor? I think he's one of the best trash talkers of all time in MMA, one of the best businessmen ever in UFC history as far as fighters in the MMA world. But here's the thing, I think his mouth brought him to places that his skill just didn't match up to. That's why he fought. Khabib and got fucking mauled. But apparently he had something to say about that, and he wants to fight him again according to the title. We're gonna watch these. Plus we're gonna see what he says about that bar altercation, which I'm pretty sure, I don't know, that's pretty fucking crazy, man. He hit an old man because they didn't want to drink whiskey with him. That's, Conor, what's going on, man? You're a $100 million man. You're the man. What are you doing, man? Yes, I'm biased towards Conor. Do I like the man? No, I respect him. Of course I do. He's a fucking fighter. I respect every fighter that walks the planet, walks on this planet. I respect every fighter. I don't like the guy, man. He has to win. Stop talking. Start winning. But what we're going to do is talk about this. I will be unbiased as possible. We're going to break this down, see what he has to say to Ariel, and say our piece, you know what I'm saying? So if you're interested in this, you want to tune in. First, we're going to watch Conor is eager to return to the UFC exclusive interview. We probably won't watch the whole thing, but we'll watch what we have to watch. I'll skip through the fluff and stuff, and then we'll watch the one where he talks about actually we'll watch the bar altercation first. He talks about that. See what he has to say. Simple. By the way, if you're new, please subscribe, because we are the most versatile channel on the tube. Just check out our videos. You'll see for yourself. You know, shout out to all y'all that really watch. I love all you, man. You mean the world. It's that simple. Let's check this out. See what he has to say.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good. No.
Could you tell us your side of that story? What happened there?
Sorry about that.
I mean, in reality, it doesn't matter what happened there. I was in the wrong. That man deserved to enjoy his time in the pub without having it to end the way it did. And although 5 months ago it was, and I tried to make amends, and I made amends back then, it's still, the fans don't even, that does not even matter. I was in the wrong. I must come here before you and take accountability and take responsibility, and I owe it to the people that have been supporting me. I owe it to my mother, my father, my family. I owe it to the people who trained me in martial arts. That's not who I am. That's not the reason. That's not the reason why I got into martial arts or studying combat sport. The reason I got into it was to defend against that type of scenario. So to see that, and although months ago, and I have been making steps and continually making steps to do better and be better, to see it, it's like a dagger into my heart as a young martial artist. So I'm just here to own up to that and move on and carry on and face what's coming with it.
The video is a little grainy. Did you in fact punch that man?
Look, in respect to the whole entire situation, I'm just we'll let it play out with what happens with what happens with it. So
okay,
what happened was a little hazy for me also, and it was many months ago, like I said, and I have been making amends to make it not happen again, and to be better, to be a better father, to be a better human, to be a better role model to these kids. I know a lot of kids are looking up to me, and sometimes it kind of takes me back, but I have to realise that that's not the attitude or the behaviour of a leader, of a martial artist, of a champion. So I must get my head screwed on and just get back in the game and fight for redemption, retribution, respect, the things that made me the man I am, and that's what I will do.
Could I ask what sparked that incident? I mean, we see the video, we don't hear anything. Could you tell us your side of the story from what you...
Before we go any further, I gotta give the man his props. He's just owning up to it. There's no excuses, not making bullshit up. He didn't say he was drunk. He didn't say any of that. He said, hey, I fucked up and I'm sorry. I own up to it. I was wrong. And he didn't go into detail whether he really punched him or not. From the video, it seemed like he touched him, kind of like a touch. When you're light sparring, you know if you're a fighter or you just fight for fun. It looked like he touched him. He didn't full out throw a fucking knockout punch. You know, he would have really hurt the guy. He would have been more shit. But I think he was just angry, touched him, and but still no excuse for what he did. But yeah, man, I give the man his props for owning up to it. He's always been that kind of dude. I respect that. But hey, you did what you did. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going.
recall?
Again, look, what could I say? What it does not matter. There's no answer to what was done. I was completely in the wrong, so there's no need to even discuss what began it, what was going on outside, inside, any of that. I was completely in the wrong. It was unacceptable behaviour, and I accept that. And like I said, I've made amends, and I'm continuing to make amends, and I will continue to do so.
And so right now with that situation, as you mentioned, this happened back in April, but the video gets released last week. Where do things stand with it right now?
I mean, I'm just, look, it got released the day after my daughter's christening, so we had such a great time with my family, and then, you know, it's just, I just have...
Yeah, why did they release it now, barely? It's been April? Why did they release it months later? I don't understand that. TMZ, that's all money to them. It's all publicity. It's all eyeballs. I'm guessing this was the best time for them to release that information, that video. Let's skip ahead a little, because this is stuff that we don't really need.
have to wait and see what happens, and whatever comes...
Have been criticized heavily, from the fans to UFC President Dana White, fellow fighters. What is it like for you to read this, to hear this stuff? Because it does seem like some of these people who were so loyal to you for so many years are starting to turn on you a little bit, that they're starting to lose patience after seeing all these incidents. What is that like for you to read that stuff and hear that stuff?
Well, as far as like my fellow colleagues, I deserve to be called out on it. I deserve to be called out on that behaviour. It's just unacceptable. There's no excuse to it. I deserve everything that comes my way with it. So, and as far as like the fans and seeing the fans disappointed in me, it hurts me so much, because I am a fan. Everything I've done is for the fans. I'm a fan, favourite fighter. My whole entire career has been based for the fans. Like never pulling out, never turning down weights, sport, rules, anything. I always done it all to light the game up for the fans. Trying to bait me into things. Am I the fish or am I the whale? I must be calm. I must be zen. I must lead by example. There's so many people looking up to me. How can I react in this way? I need to get a hold of this, and like I said, I'm working very hard to do this, and I'm taking the necessary steps and move on. Could you learn from every single experience in my life and try and do right for the people that want me to do right? I know you, Ariel, want me to do right. My mother wants me to do right. My mother...
Hey, I don't want that, man. I want you to do right, though, man. Get yours. Get your money. Get your money. At the end of the day, you know what he is? Put all that bullshit aside, all those antics. He's a world-class championship fighter. That's what he really fucking is. That's Conor McGregor. That's why he made it. Not because of the talking. At first, this is what he really is, a world-class championship level fighter. That's what Conor really is. And he lost himself, man. Clearly, he's lost himself in the fame and the glory. And that's been his downfall against Floyd. I think he just was outmatched there. I don't think, no matter how good you are, you're not going to be someone that's been fighting since they were fucking 2 years old. No matter who you are. You know. And Floyd is a talented fighter at that. So, and then he got smashed by Khabib. You know what I'm saying? He went in there thinking it would be that easy. And he got mauled. And he got beat in his own game on the feet. At least he almost got knocked out by Khabib. That's for sure. Watch the fight. He got outmatched and destroyed, basically. Obliterated by this man. Let's continue. But alright, he's still a championship fighter. He needs to get back in the game and get on his shit. That's just that simple.
Wants me to do right. My father, my fans, the people that...
I want you to do right, man.
I want to give them a reason to back me.
I respect you.
Back certain situations, so...
We all do.
I must understand that.
And if you don't, then you're doing something wrong. Simple. I don't hate the man.
Can you tell us your side of that story? In Miami, we haven't heard you talk about it. And where do things stand now as far as that incident is concerned?
That incident has been completed.
We know about that already.
And recognise that I do make mistakes and learn from them not to make them again, but still.
Okay, that's the first video. What I get from that, he's remorseful, man. I give him all the props in the world for this. He said, hey, man, I fucked up. Yeah, talk shit to me, call me out, I fucked up. And that's what he did. All the props in the world. He didn't make excuses. He didn't try to, he didn't try to justify what he did. He said what he had to say. I think that no one could have said it better, to be honest. But next up, we're going to watch him talking about how he wants to return, apparently, to the UFC. And, but he did tweet out months ago that he retired. I guess he didn't really mean it, but let's check it out. Let's see what he has to say here. And let's say our piece.
Grammarly does more than catch errors.
Sorry, my guy, we're not
As a
watching
matter of fact,
sorry, man.
You don't sound, Conor, like a fighter who is retired. You don't sound like a fighter who doesn't want to fight anymore. You sound as motivated as ever, but I would be remiss if I don't ask you about your quote-unquote retirement, because this came just weeks after the incident in Miami. So I'll ask a very simple question off the bat. Are you retired, A, and B, if not, why did you tweet that out?
You know, there's a lot. You don't understand the amount of things that go on behind the scenes, Ariel. Sometimes I just need a distance. I'm like, hold on, I've rushed. You must understand. My foot was a balloon when I walked into that fight. I've got all this footage backed up from that entire camp. I broke my foot 3 weeks out from that fight, and my foot was a balloon. I went in. I tore my leg to shreds before the Mendes fight. I've done so much for the company, back to back to back, non-stop. Like I built this house. Can say he built this house. I've certainly laid bricks and blocks down myself to this game. And then when so many things are going on backstage and between my inner team and then the outer team and then the business side of it, sometimes you just need to take a back step and, but retirement, I don't think I will ever retire from this game, Ariel. Never in my life. I'll be fighting until the day I go out. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's in me. It's bled in me, and I will take it with me to the grave.
Okay, so he said his foot blew. I'm guessing he's talking about the Khabib fight. But you were bouncing around just fine, man. You make excuses for your loss. You lost fair and square. Your foot wouldn't have made a difference, man. You were on your ass the whole time, man. Let's be honest. So I don't really like the excuses. You lost fair and square. You were bouncing around just fine. You weren't limping, nothing. If he really was that bad, why'd you fight him? You know how good he is. Why would you fight him going in there injured? Money? You tell me, man. You're a grown-ass man. I gotta call you out for your shit. That's bullshit, man. Don't try to justify that. You gotta earn your way back to that. You wanna fight him again? Earn your way back there. Just like everybody else, man. It's that simple.
How did you break your hand?
Sparring. We scheduled a spar. I came back from Miami. I had scheduled a charity boxing bout in my old club, Crumlin Boxing Club. Many people couldn't
Skip
fly.
a little bit.
Can't fly. I needed my coaches that learned me how to box in my corner. So when I went back there, I realised that instantly, and I've been down there doing training sessions, and I had a good exhibition bout with a great fighter, a young up-and-coming fighter, Mcgregor. We put on a great show for the fans, and then that was for the fans and for my people around, and also to rekindle relationships. But it was also to begin preparation. We done 4 rounds in the bout, so I was preparing for it was training for me also, like for the future upcoming bout. So and then obviously we had a spar scheduled the following week between myself and John. Myself and John, I need to rekindle my relationship with my coach and get that back on also on the MMA side. So we scheduled a spar where...
For y'all that don't know, his coach is John Kavanaugh, I believe. So you know who he's talking about.
With another young up-and-comer, but with mixed martial arts, the gloves are so small, 6-ounce gloves. There's the room for damage and injury is so big, it's so high. So we need to come together and realise that this is not the way to do it. So we went into the spar, and although it was scheduled a spar, it was not a spar. It was another fight on the record. There was crowds in attendance. It was behind closed doors fight, and I caught a guy with a right hand, dropped him. When he dropped, I went down on him with an emotional left hand, and banged the left hand off the side of the head, and my whole hand, boom, and that's it. And just it's like It's like it just needed to happen, and that's it. I had to go under the knife. I had to get surgery on it. It's been a psychological battle with the left paw, the famous left paw, but it was the right hand that put the opponent down in the first place. My right hand has been doing great work. I've been doing really great work with my right hand, and even more so now that my left hand has been out of action. But I'm back now. I'm back. Yesterday I met with the surgeon. He said to me originally September to grapple.
Here's the thing about fighters, and I think people that fight competitively know about this. There's a problem, man, these days with people sparring too hard. Sparring is to improve, not to beat people's ass and get your ass whooped, man. Sparring is to improve. Don't go 100%. Sometimes before the fight, maybe, or something like that. But don't kill yourself all the time. That's not good, because when you get to the real fight, your body won't be 100%. Won't be at optimal peak performance. That's what he made a mistake here. He broke his hand in May, and apparently, I'm guessing he was preparing for a fight, and he's barely better now, which he said his surgeon. Right now, he just said his surgeon approved it. So, if you're a fighter, man, or ever want to fight, do not spar hard all the time. That's not smart. That's not smart. You won't win fights that way. Real fights. Fights that matter. You gotta use your judgment, use your coach's judgment, and don't go too hard, man. Now that we know about our bodies, this ain't 1960 no more. This ain't Jack Dempsey days. This ain't Muhammad Ali days. RP to those legends. But this ain't that day no more. We know how to fight better. We know how to recover better. We know how to work out better. You can't fight 100% all the time. You're gonna fucking kill yourself. In a few years, you'll be a shell of yourself. Tell them. You can't fight like that. You know, be technical sparring. You know, light touches. You know, go hard sometimes. You know, it's always good to go hard sometimes, especially right before a fight. So you have, you know, that timing, because you gotta perfect that. Another way to perfect that is hard sparring. You know what I'm saying? But he made a mistake, and that happens. That shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, he's a type to love to go hard. He's a fighter. You know, it's in his soul, in his blood. So.
But I was with him yesterday. He said, now I can grapple. So I'm going to go back into my grappling. I'm already boxing again. Of course, I haven't stopped kicking. Of course, I haven't stopped on my fast conditioning training.
You would have already fought this summer?
Yes. I was preparing for the end of July at Madison Square Garden. I was eager to get back. I had the game in, I had it figured out, and I have it figured out. I was on such a great trajectory, Aria. Like I said, I get to these great spots, and then boom, a little slip, and then I have to build it up again. And it's just the life I'm in right now, and I've just got to recognize it and understand it and take lessons from it and just keep going and just not let it happen again. But most certainly I would have been back in July. If we get that, you know, we were getting there in conversation. There was opponents discussed. I did not really mind the opponent. I wanted similarities to Khabib to prepare for that, because he doesn't want to have the rematch, you know. And
fair enough.
I just
You got your ass beat.
Now enough is enough. Let's get me back in the mix. It's a forgetful business, Ariel. You know that yourself. I mean, sure. Look, Nate was out of the game, and now he's back and he's on top. It's a crazy business we are in, but make no mistake, the skills are there for me, and I know what I can bring to the table and what I will bring to the table, and I'm very, very excited to give my fans something to cheer about again. You know what I mean? I do this for my fans, for the people that are supporting me, for the people that dare to dream the highest of heights. So I look forward to my triumphant return, Ariel.
Conor, what is the state of your relationship with the UFC brass right now?
I always have a great relationship with the UFC.
Are popping up on Twitter talking about, you know, the guy who just won, someone who's close to your weight class. And again, I was starting to feel like the fans were like, all right, you know, we'll watch you fight anyone. We'll watch you fight a broomstick. You sell 1 million pay-per-views by yourself.
Yeah.
But they were like, okay, enough already. Like, you keep teasing us, it seems like. And I was starting to get that sense from the fans. Why were you doing that? Why did you keep putting yourself in those positions and then not take a fight?
I love the game, Ariel. What?
Okay, I think we'll stop it right there. Basically, he was gonna fight in July. Let me stop this real quick. He was gonna fight in July, apparently, but he broke his hand in May. So that postponed his return. I wonder who would have fought. I know it would have been Khabib. Khabib doesn't want that rematch. He fucking whipped his ass. I wouldn't want one either. But take a couple tune-up fights, man. I think he can get there. He has the skill. Definitely does. You gotta tune in and stop focusing on other shit, man. I think he lost himself. He's not the Conor we knew in 2013. That's not him right now. Hopefully he's becoming that again. That's the championship level world-class fighter that we come to love and know. You know what I'm saying? Not this bullshit crap of assault charges, hitting an old dude in a fucking bar. Dude, that's not you, man. You gotta come back. I liked Mcgregor, man. I used to love the man. He was a fucking monster. Knocking people out clean with the right hand. Timing impeccable. Footwork amazing. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I watched him fight. It was beautiful. Now he's, I don't know. That's what fame can do to you, man. Some people just have it, some people don't. He has the words of this talking is off the charts. He's the best trash talker in UFC history. Him and Chael Sonnen. It's close, but yeah. They're different types of trash talkers. But Conor, I hope to see you back, man. I hope you come back. And shit, win, man. Keep winning. Start winning. I can't say keep because you haven't been winning. Fight Ferguson. There's a lot of good opponents at 155. If you want Khabib, there's Ferguson. Of course, Tony Kakui, man. That's the man right there. I think he deserves a title shot, if anything. Maybe fight, let's see who else is at 155. Shit. You got Kakui. You got Poirier, who's fighting Kokosh Khabib. Barboza. There's a good tune-up fight. He's a beast with his kicks. Paul Felder. All those studs, man. There's a lot of studs there that you could fight. Cowboy. You got Cowboy. You got Nate if he's willing to come down again. Court, we saw he was world-class against Pettis on Saturday. He was world-class. All the props in the world, man, to that man. He beat Pettis. Smothered him. Beautiful game plan. He looked solid as fuck. His ground game was beautiful. His game plan was beautiful. So it was always Nate, plus the money, if you fight Nate, of course. Jorge Masvidal, wait, he's 170, excuse me, not Jorge. But yeah, man, there's plenty of fights. Get your shit together. You're starting to look like John Jones, except you're not winning like John Jones. You know? Except John's, of course, was drugs and shit like that. You haven't tested positive for anything, but that's a different story. But you're starting to fuck up, become a fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. You're becoming a fuck up now. Get your shit together, heal up, come back. Hopefully you're better than ever, man. But I think it's going to wrap it up for this one. I think Conor is the biggest name in UFC history. The sport needs someone like Conor McGregor. Just like boxing needed Floyd. We need him in the sport, you know. He gives people something to watch, and that's why he deserves all the money. That's something I'll never take away from him. He deserves every penny he has, man. He worked for that shit his whole life, his adult life. But yeah, man, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Let me know what you think about McGregor. What do you think is next? What do you think is going to happen? What do you think about him and this incident with this old dude? Let me know in the comments. If you fucking disagree with me, want to talk shit, go for it, please. I just want feedback, you know what I'm saying? Tell me in the comments. Tell me anywhere. Argue with me, shit. I want to hear your points. Maybe I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I hope you enjoyed that video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, because we're only getting better from here. And yeah, man, that's going to wrap it up for this one. This was Jay the Great signing out. I love y'all, man. Have a good one. Stay classy. I'm out.
They catch me beating demons with a red Ferragamo belt. Have my witch do a hit, cast a spell, hit the shelf. Bag of shells, fairy tales, fuck the gypsy, I can't tell. Change.